everybody, and welcome to episode 38, 37? Genuinely don't know. It's been a long time. Of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crochet and basically anything crafty I get myself into. I am your host, Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my 3 sons, and my little black cat, who you just saw climbing all over me, and he will definitely be making more appearances throughout the episode because he's currently wandering the room right now. He also purrs louder than a lawnmower, so you will probably hear him also. For those of you who don't know, I am the owner and dyer behind Gaddy Yarn Co. You can find me on Instagram as Gaddy Yarn Co, on Etsy as Gaddy Yarn Co. Licorice. Let's not do that. He's gonna get into trouble. It's what he does. And on Ravelry, lost my train of thought there, as AM Gaddy. Yeah, so if you're new here, hi, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's been a couple months since I podcasted last. Today is currently July 1st, 2024. It's Monday, 2 something in the afternoon. Licorice. There's like a bag of photos in the corner, and of course he's like scratching it. Okay. Anyway, it's really hot in my bedroom. I have no AC, so I'm sweating. The hair's going up. It's going up. We're not even gonna. This thing's barely started. We're already off to a crazy start here. Anyway, I've got quite a bit to talk about today. We've got a bunch of FOs, acquisitions. We're going to talk shop news, and a whole boatload of whips. I'm going to get my admin stuff out of the way. So let's do that first. Also, I'm sitting on my floor, so I apologize if like my angle's all weird. There used to be a chair in here, and then my husband redid like his whole guitar area and now has a stool, which is what the camera's propped up on. So I have nowhere really to sit. So I'm on the floor. Sorry if the angle's awkward. It's kind of what you get when you come here. You get whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna jump into admin stuff really quick. Currently, right now, this month's mystery clubs are on sale, and they will be up until next Monday, July 8th by end of day. That usually means whenever I go to bed, generally 10 p.m. But I have 2 clubs currently running. There is the Lord of the Rings Club. This month is inspired by Samwise Gamgee and will be called Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. And I have a Taylor Swift Club, and this month is inspired by the song and album Red, and the name of the colorway will be Loving Him Was Red. So just to give you guys an idea, these were last month's clubs. This was the last month's Taylor Swift Club, inspired by Enchanted and her purple dress. And this was last month's Lord of the Rings Club, inspired by the Argonath. So just to give you an idea. If clubs are not your speed, I have some ready to ship yarn in stock. I'm not 100% sure. I think I have 4 skeins of Madame Puttyfoot's tea shop, which I don't know where that is on the shelf. Otherwise, I'm gonna pop a picture. And I also have, I think, 4 skeins of Oracle of Delphi, and I think I have 1 sock set of the Gamekeeper, and I think I have 1 or 2 skeins left of Freddy from the 5 Nights at Freddy's collection. I will, excuse me, I'm very parched today. Also, can we just take in the amazingness of my Jensen Ackles cup? Anyway, those I will pop pictures up because they're either buried somewhere up here in my stash or I have stuff knit out of them. I just don't know where it is. Anyway, but new to the shop this week, or this, well, I guess technically last week, I've got 2 new colorways in the shop. We have My Bloody Valentine, inspired by the 2009 movie starring Jensen Ackles, weirdly enough. And then I have Headless Horseman, which is inspired by Sleepy Hollow and the Headless Horseman. I believe there's 4 skeins of each of those in the shop. And then I have 5 each of the Hocus Pocus sock set. No, take that back. Practical Magic sock set and the Camp Crystal Lake sock set. I do not have any skeins of those. I have knit socks out of them, so maybe I'll pop some pictures here, either of the sock, the yarn itself, or of it knit up. Either way, that's all currently what's in the shop right now. Yeah. I don't know if I talked about this in my last podcast, but I did release my first ever sock pattern, the Falling Leaves sock, knit out of my Fall Foliage sock set. I'll pop a picture of the socks up here. They're in my sock drawer, my drawer of hand knit socks, and I totally just forgot to grab them. But those are available on Ravelry. And yeah, I think that just about covers all the admin. This might be a little bit of a long one, so grab a beverage, grab a project. We are going to jump right in. I have a bunch of FOs to talk about, so we will start with those. It's been a while since I filmed last, so I may be missing some projects. I know some have been frogged, but we're going to make do. So we're going to start first with this finished pair of socks. I am calling these my Slytherin socks. They are knit out of Knit Picks Stroll in the Dove Heather is the light gray and Aurora Heather is the dark green. I knit these following the Crazy Sock Ladies tutorial. I forget exactly what she calls it, but I'll link it down below. I know it's how she used to knit the Mandy's Making Shara pairs when she would do like the micro striping. But yeah, I knit these on 9-inch circulars, Chiaogu 9-inch circulars, US 1, 2.25 millimeter, 64 stitches, heel flap and gusset. I believe I did 30 rounds for the leg, and then I do 60 rounds for the foot. So that there is these, like I said, I'm calling them my Slytherin socks. That is one pair of socks off the needles. Pair number 2 is a pair I knit for my husband Keith. And these, he likes shorty socks. These were knit out of Knit Picks Stroll in the ash colorway. And then this is, the main color is Moose and You yarns in the I Smell Children colorway. I don't believe they dye anymore. I can't find them anywhere. Sorry guys, this setup with me sitting on the floor and like the angle at which my camera is, first of all, my back's killing me. Second of all, I'm really like, I feel like I'm off showing things, but I don't think Moose and You yarns dyes anymore. I haven't been able to find them online anywhere, but yeah, I did 72 stitches magic loop. These I knit toe up. That is what fits him best. I start with 16 stitches per needle and then increase up to 72 stitches or 36 per needle. I follow Allison of Lofty Loops tutorial on how she does her start for the toe up socks. And then yeah, I do 80 rounds for the foot and then fish lips kiss heel, and then I do 10 rounds for the leg, 10 rounds of 2x2 ribbing for the cuff. My husband likes shorty socks, so that's always what I do for him. I am on a quest to knit, he and I, a bunch of matching Halloween socks, and I'm almost caught up on it. I think I just, one whip that I'm working on for myself, and then I will be, or maybe not, I think I have like 2 or 3 more colorways, and then I'll be caught up on he and I having our matching socks. But yeah, did I say, oh, I knit these US 1 2.25 millimeter needle, magic loop. I generally knit all my socks the same. So if I forget, it's always a US 1 2.25 millimeter, and unless I say otherwise, it's always magic loop. So that's that. Moving right along. I'm out of breath already, guys. Whew. All right. So my next FO, which I don't know why I'm not wearing this right now, is my Ripple Bralette by, is it Jessie Made Designs, I believe? I didn't write show notes. We're flying off the seat of our pants here. Yeah, it's Monday. My husband's off. It's summer vacation, so are the kids. This is like the only time I've had to film, so we're rolling with it. But anyway, I did make some modifications to this. First of all, I knit this out of woolen vinyl, her MCN base. I don't know what she calls it, but it's a 80-10-10 cashmere or super wash merino cashmere nylon in her Dear Maria Count Me In colorway. And I did make some, oh my god, guys, my back. Whew. All right, I did make some modifications to this. I knit it longer. I am not a crop top person. I've had 3 children. Crop tops make me nervous. So I knit this to 12 inches in length. Basically, yeah, it's 12 inches. I omitted the smaller needles for the bottom ribbing to cinch in. I just went in all the same needles. I did use the recommended needle size in the pattern. Can't remember what that was. But I'm gonna link my Ravelry project pages down below. All the information will be down there, needle sizes, everything like that. But yeah, so I lengthened it and that's pretty much it. I love it. It's super comfortable. When I wear it, I do feel a little boobalicious. So I get kind of self-conscious in it. I'm working on it. But the yarn itself is super comfortable. The top is super comfortable. All in all, 10 out of 10. Would probably make another one, but I still think it's a little too short. I would have liked to add another inch or 2, but I was afraid I was gonna run out of yarn. So, like, do I have my scraps still? Is it easily accessible? Probably not, because I just went through this bit. Oh no, yeah, it's right here. So, this is all I had left. I probably could have gotten another in, maybe not, I don't know. Because it's knit bottom up, it's hard to, you know, I wanted to make sure I had enough for the straps and all that. So, yeah, if I were to knit this again, which I probably would, I would probably, I would knit it longer. So I would need at least 2 skeins of yarn. But that is that. I've worn this a bunch already. I love it. All right, let's see. My next FO. Guys, I went on a finishing spree. I couldn't take it. Okay, I'm using natural lighting, by the way, so it just got really dark. I apologize. Like I said, I'm sitting on my floor. We're rolling with it. This is how it is around here. I don't have a ring light or studio lights or anything because I have 3 kids and my youngest is 10 months, almost 11 months old. So your girl only films when she's got time. So we're working on it. So I apologize, lighting shifts. Anyway, I went on a finishing spree. I couldn't take it anymore. I had too many whips and I was losing my damn mind. I honestly, I could not take it anymore. I was becoming so unbelievably overwhelmed that I had to just finish things. I couldn't take it. And like I finished that tank top and then I finished the socks and then that was it. I went on a rampage. Anyway, so my next finished object is the Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. I love this thing. I will say this, the I-cord was a little tedious, but other than that, I would knit a bunch of these. So unbelievably comfortable. Holy crap. So I knit this out of Chelsea Yarns. And the fingering weight is, I know it's in her MCN base, her 80-10-10 Chelsea Luxe, I believe it's called. And it was in a one-of-a-kind color. I can't remember. I think it was like one-of-a-kind orange or something, or like November Rain orange, something like that. Like it was a one-of-a-kind, I know that. And then the mohair was her Kid Silk mohair base in the color Red Bank. And I love it. It was a little bit of a slog to knit when I was in the body, and that's just because, you know, stockinette in the round for what felt like ever in mohair for like half of those rounds was killing me. But I'm glad I stuck it out. It is so comfortable. I love it. I've worn it like 4 times already since I finished it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Absolutely. I knit it with the recommended needle size, which I believe was a 5. Like I said, all information is on my project pages, which I will link below because I genuinely can't remember things. So, yeah. I think I have one more FO and then we can move on to whips. Hi, Tiny. I'm gonna need you to move. He's already made a bed on my last FO. Can I move you for like 2 seconds? You're like real cute and I like you a lot. Can I move you? Come on, I love you. I know, I'm gonna put it right back and then you can lay on it again. I promise. Let's move nice and gentle. Thank you. Don't lay on that one. That one's got mohair. Your nails will ruin it. Anyway, my next FO is this crochet sunflower granny square cardigan. I followed the video that Michelle Jasic put out like a while ago. If you notice, I've got a lot of, I have to go back in and snip all of my ends that I had crocheted over. A bunch of them came out when I washed this. But yeah, so I did exactly what she did in her video, like exactly. I made 48 squares, 2 half squares. I used pretty much the exact same yarns. I don't know. I used a lot of stuff that I had in my stash. I couldn't tell you what half of them are, but I believe I used a 5.5mm hook. I'm gonna link her video down below, and literally did the exact same thing she did. I'm not even kidding, to a T. But yeah, I thought it came out so nice. It's so squishy, it's so soft. My only issue is, I wish it was a little bit longer, but that's a me problem. I could have crocheted more squares. I was expecting, when I put it through the wash, because I made it with all acrylic yarns, I throw them in the wash and throw them in the dryer, and I never have any problems. They grow a little bit, which I love. They soften up, which is fantastic. But this did not grow as much as I expected it to. But that's okay. It is what it is. I've been hanging it in my closet instead of folding it, just hoping that the weight will kind of pull it down a little bit. But honestly, like, I'm gonna wear it with like a white t-shirt underneath it, with like some cute high-waisted jeans. It's gonna be fine. I'm not too concerned, really. But I love the way it came out. This is my first crochet garment. No, that's not true. I made a blanket cardigan once, but it was so big that it's literally the cat's bed on the back, on the back of my couch, because I can't function in it. It's hilarious. It's so warm and comfortable. But anyway, so yes, that is this. I will link the video down below because I don't have a project page or anything, because it's not like an actual like pattern, if you will. So that being said, that's the last FO I have. Hey squeakers, can we not lay on the pretty expensive yarn shirt? Can we lay on this one? No. Cats, they're like children. They don't listen. At least mine don't. Anyway, okay. Moving right along. Let's talk whips. I don't have a whole lot. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. It's tame for me, guys. Oh, hello. You gonna come back to your little bed? Go ahead. You can lay there. You can lay there. You wanna lay there until we're done? You wanna lay with mommy until they're done? Yeah. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I've got... Oh, did I forget one? I did. I forgot my folklore cardigan. How dare I? I'll talk about that one first, and I will pop a picture in. It's downstairs. I've made a ton of progress on the back of it. It is the folklore cardigan inspired by Taylor Swift's Folklore cardigan. And it's Lion Brand that put out this pattern. It's free on the Lion Brand website. I think you have to like sign up for their newsletter or whatever to get it. I'm knitting the size small medium, and it's knit out of worsted weight yarn, size 9 needles, I believe. I think I'm using Lion Brand. I know I'm using a Lion Brand. I think I don't remember which one for the black in it. I hope I've popped up editing. Ashley, please put a photo here of the latest progress shot of this cardigan. And then I'm using Loops and Threads Impeccable in the Aran colorway as the main color. But yeah, I'm making a ton of progress on this back. I'm still on the back panel, but I know it's going to be a long-term thing. It's so cabled. But I've split, like I've done the sleeve decreases. I'm working up the sleeve, like armhole length. I think I only have like 2 more inches, and then I can start doing neck and shoulder shaping. So we're cruising. My goal is to get it done by October, which I think is like fully doable at the pace that I'm going. I'm trying to do at least 1 4-row chart repeat a day. Some days I get that in, some days I don't, some days I get more than that. It is what it is. But I'm loving this cardigan so much. And normally by the time I get to this point in the cable garment, or even well before this, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I know I'm gonna wear the crap out of it, and it's just like a joy to knit. I've also gotten really good at cabling without a cable needle, so go me. I think that's making it a lot easier. Not having to pick up the cable needle every time, because it's extremely cabled. I mean, the whole, you can see from the picture, the whole thing is cabled. But yeah, so that's my folklore cardigan. I can't believe I forgot to grab that. That's crazy. Anyway. That's Bruce. Bruce interrupted. Anyway, that was my folklore cardigan. Moving right along. We'll stay in the garment vein, I guess. Living in this bag from Stolen Minutes is my carved pullover. Forget who the designer is. It will be on the screen somewhere. But I have finished the body. Isn't she beautiful? Every time I look at it, I'm like, why does it look so short? And then I put it on and it's not at all. It like hits like where my t-shirts hit. And I'm like, why does it look so short? But it's not. I did knit the body longer. I think it calls for like 8 inches from the underarm. Wow, my brain. I think I knit it to 11. And then instead of 2 inches of ribbing on the bottom, I did 1 inch of ribbing. I was trying it on as I went, and I felt like the 2 inches was going to be slightly too long. But yeah, the 1x1 tubular bind off on the bottom took me, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, 5.5 hours. I did have some interruptions. I did eat dinner at some point during that. I had to help my kids with a lot. So like, it took me 5.5 interrupted hours. I would say probably closer to maybe 4 hours total to bind this thing off. I watched the entirety of Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. Extended. That's how long it took me to bind the body off with this tubular bind off. But anyway, I'm knitting the size 5, I believe, of this one. I love it. It's whatever one, I think the 44-inch bust. Yeah, and I'm knitting it out of, hang on, Hobbii Amigo, which is 100% acrylic, in color number 8. I think the actual name of the color is on the project page, but the tag just has number 8 as the color. I want to say it's like heather gray or something like that, but loving it. I just have the sleeves, obviously, and I don't know why I didn't start the sleeves. I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally I'm one of those people where it's just like there's no second sock syndrome either. It's like immediately. But we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping to pick up the sleeves sometime this week. My goal is to get this done by the end of the week. Probably won't happen, but you know, dream big, right? That's what we do. Anyway, moving right along. What's next over here? That's acquisitions. You can hang out over here. Okay. Living in this little horror icons bag from Lila Styles is a pair of socks for me. This is one of, like I said, Keith and I'm trying hard. Get us matching Halloween socks. But this is my first sock. And this is Nomadic Yarns in the You'll Float 2 colorway, which is inspired by Pennywise the Clown from Stephen King's It. The contrast color for my cuff, and which will also be for the toe, is Dragon Horde Yarn Healer. And then the heel is Knit Pick Stroll in the Strawberry colorway. I did not have a ton of that left. Otherwise I would have done heeled stows and cuffs, but I didn't want to run out. Hence why I grabbed the Dragon Horde. Figured, you know, why not? It'll be fun. Pennywise is a clown. We'll roll with it. Anyway, same as always, 64 stitches. I did 20 rounds for the 2x2 ribbing, 30 rounds for the leg. Wow, my brain. heel flap and gusset, and then I will do 60 rounds for the foot. US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. These are Hayahayas. I don't think they're Hayahaya sharps. I don't know. I went through a phase where I just bought a bunch of different sock needles and I wanted to try them, and the Chiaogus are still my favorite, but these are nice actually. They're nicer than I remember them being last time I knit with them. But yeah, cruising right along with these. These are like my car knitting and my I don't want to think knitting, pretty much, now that the carved pullover body is done. So yeah, I foresee these being done fairly quickly because I got a lot of Halloween yarn to get through, guys. And it's July. I'm not trying to get through all of it by October by any means. I mean, if you've been here for a while, if you follow me on Instagram, if you know anything, Halloween is like my life. So we're knitting Halloween 24/7, 365 over here. So we're not on a seasonal time crunch with these or anything. But those are my Pennywise socks. Yeah, I think we'll keep with knitting, and then I have 2 crochet whips. So this is my last knitting whip. It's hanging out in this gigantic bag because it's a little wild. I started my very first doodle cowl, exciting, by Jamie Lomax, Pacific Knit Co. If you didn't know, she has these whole like series of patterns. It's a bunch of like doodles and literally just like these little different color work motifs, and you just like can mix and match and do whatever. I mean, unless you live under a knitting rock, I'm pretty sure you've heard of the doodle craze. So I decided to start my own Halloween themed doodle cowl. I'm using her Autumn Doodle Cowl Infinity as like the base. So for like my cast on number and all that, I am knitting an Infinity cowl. I have no idea how long it's going to be. I have no idea how many different yarns I'm going to use. But I am using charts from her Autumn Doodle Cowl, Autumn 2 Doodle, and the Monster Doodle Cowl. Like all of the charts, mix and match from all those. I can't remember what charts are in what. I haven't even narrowed it down to, I have narrowed it down to what charts I'm using. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I really felt like doing color work. And I do have plans, like, I don't know if you can see it, if it's in the shop, but over here is like my stash of yarns that are designated for projects. And I have this little cluster right here. This is for a spring court sweater. And that is my next sweater cast on, I think. But I really wanted color work, and I was just like, you know what? It's time for a doodle. So I have started with the Mothman chart. I forget which one this is in. But we're cruising. We're cruising on a little Mothman. These red stitch markers are where I'm going to duplicate stitch his eyes. I thought that would be easier than knitting them in. But yeah, this has been so much fun. Like, I just want to work on it because I just want my little Mothman. I think that's what's great about these doodles. It's just like, it's so potato chippy because it's like small color work motifs, and you just want to know, you know, you want to keep going. But yeah, so right now I'm knitting this. This is Knit Picks Brava Sport in white and black. I have a whole bunch of Knit Picks Brava Sport in here. A lot of it is leftovers from when I knit Keith's Beauty and the Beast sweater. But yeah, I'm basically just going to be rolling with it. We're going to see how this comes out. I'm loving it so far. Not really much to say because there's not a lot going on with it. But yeah, that's my last knitting whip. I have 2 more whips, both crochet, and then we can go into acquisitions and what I'm reading and watching, and then we'll wrap it up, I guess. Life stuff, maybe, we'll see. Okay, so next is living in this bag because I don't have any really big project bags, so I use a lot of my reusable grocery bags. Oh, my baby's crying. What happened? My husband can handle it. It's going to be fine. Is this Ripple baby blanket, I think it's called. I forget who the designer is. Everything will be linked, guys. But yeah, my sister-in-law is expecting a baby due in October. She's not finding out what she's having till the baby gets here. So yeah, gotta go gender neutral. So my 5-year-old, almost 5-year-old, sorry, he'll be 5 in 9 days. So I let him pick it out. I said, pick out the yarn for your new cousin. And he picked out this. He picked out, it is Karen Big Cakes in the Rainbow Jellies color. I grabbed 3 of them. I would probably only need 2, but I don't know. I'm following the pattern exactly. I want to say it's like the Rainbow Ripple Baby Blanket. And I'm using a size H 5mm hook. And this has been like my TV project lately, because I'm at the point in the pattern where I just like know what I'm doing. I don't need to, like, I'm just like going. We're cruising. It's great. And I'm loving the yarn. It's so squishy. We're enjoying it. Anyway, that's that. Last bit. Moving around. The baby crying is stressing me out. I know my husband can handle it. It's just like that mom thing. Anyway, this is my last project that I'm currently working on. Now there's a lot of stipulations going on here. So this is what I'm calling my Supernatural rewatch blanket. If you guys know anything about me, you know how much I love the show Supernatural. And I've decided to rewatch for the who knows how manyth time. But I decided I wanted like a special project to work on while I do my rewatch. And I found, I think it's called like the Supernatural Cal. It's a crochet along pattern, and it's for this huge blanket with a bunch of different charts, and I decided this is what I'm doing. That's what I'm going with. So the stipulations with this blanket is I'm only allowed to work on it while I'm rewatching the show. So not a whole lot of progress has been done on this first chart, but we're cruising. We started. And here we go. I'm using a bunch of scraps from my stash. It's my first quarter to quarter Afghan. Why is my baby still crying? What is happening down there? I will find out when I get down there, I guess. But yeah, I'm actually having a lot of fun working on this. I've never done a Grafghan before, so this is a lot of fun. It's exciting, and I really can't wait to see how it all comes out. And I think it's going to be so fun working on it just while I watch the show. So yeah, that's that. That is all of my projects, my FOs, my whips. So I have a couple acquisitions, then we'll move into books and what I'm watching and life, and then I gotta go check on this crying baby. Even though I hear my husband talking to him, the baby just does not want to stop crying. Anyway, we got a little bit of yarny fun in the mail in the last week. I ordered 2 skeins of yarn from Nomadic Yarns because I can't control myself, and I already told you about how I'm trying to knit Keith and I a bunch of matching Halloween socks. So every time she releases a Halloween colorway that I don't have, I buy it. So I've got Buzzkill, which is inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is actually, I think, was one of the first horror movies Keith and I ever watched together. But it's on her twisty sock, 400 yards per 100 grams, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And then I got Halloween Town, which is one of my favorite Halloween movies. And on her trusty sock, 462 yards per 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And yes, so these are my yarny goodness that came in this last week. And then I also bought a bag. I don't need any more project bags. I don't know if you can see them all over here, but they're all down here. Got a lot of them. I don't need any more. But then I saw, I want to say it's Katie's Randomness. She had this Bluey bag. And if you've got young kids, you know. You watch Bluey. And like they leave the room and I catch myself continuing to watch Bluey. So I love Bluey. Anyway, she had this adorable Bluey bag, and I had to snag one. I just thought it was the cutest thing. It's a nice drawstring bag. The inside fabric is, it's cute. We got a nice like pocket on the outside. I had to, couldn't help myself. Love Bluey. Those are the only acquisitions I have this week. Mainly because whenever I dye up clubs, new colors, anything, I keep one for myself. So I've constantly got yarn coming in. I have more yarn than I know what to do with. Anyway, that's all the crafty content. If that is all you are here for, then thanks for hanging out. And I will see you guys next time. But if you care to know what I'm reading, what I'm watching, anything like that, we're gonna get into that now. Last time I talked to you guys, I forget exactly what I was reading, but I know I mentioned Crescent City 3, House of Flame and Shadow, and I have finished it. It was an emotional roller coaster. Took a lot out of me. It was going to be a 3-star read until that last like 40% of the book. It was just like 5 stars. Sarah J. Maas, man. I don't know what she does. She's like, it's like crack. Her books are like crack. Except for Throne of Glass. Having a hard time with that one, but see, neither here nor there. Crescent City 3, 5 stars, incredible. Then I went right into Fourth Wing because I apparently hate myself. Normally I take a break in between fantasy reads and I read horror or historical fiction or just something to palate cleanse, because fantasy takes a lot out of me, because it's just like, it's a lot. There's a lot usually happening. There's a lot of world building. There's a lot. So I didn't do that this time. Probably because my 2 best friends were both reading Fourth Wing. And I was like, I want to read Fourth Wing. So, and they were both like, you're going to love it. And I did like it. I did like it a lot. I gave it 4 stars. I do not think it was nearly as good as everyone hyped it up to be. I thought a lot of it was predictable. I predicted a lot of the major plot points early on in the book. Overall, though, I did really love the side characters. I loved the dragons. It felt very formulaic, like it was just kind of like Act 1, this is what happens, Act 2, this is what happens, Act 3, this is what happens. There wasn't like, to me, it didn't feel like it flowed. Like, you know what I mean? But, I did enjoy it. I will read Iron Flame. I'm not running to my bookstore and be like, I need it. Like, it's not, no. I can wait until the next time I go to Barnes & Noble and I'll grab it then. It's not serious. I have 500 million other books I can be reading in the meantime. So that leads me into what I'm currently reading. Normally I'm reading like 4 or 5 books at once. My brain, I don't know if it's because I read Crescent City 3 and then Fourth Wing back to back. I don't know if it was because I didn't do that palate cleanser. I don't know if it was because Fourth Wing wasn't what I expected it to be. But I have hit such a reading slump. So I decided we're not doing fantasy. We're going like witchy and everything that I love. And so I am currently reading The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Brianne Randall. I am 96 pages in and I am obsessed. I am like mad that I'm in a reading slump and that I just don't have the energy to read right now, because this book is, it's so good. So many people describe it as, even the back of it, for fans of Practical Magic and Gilmore Girls. And let me tell you, if you like Practical Magic and you like Gilmore Girls, you will like this book. It's like it took 2 of my favorite things and went, here you go. This is for you. I love it. And I'm mad. I'm genuinely mad that I am not in a reading mood, because I am loving, every time I pick this up and I read it, I love it. I love what I'm reading. I love everything. And what's really cool is like, so she's like she's a baker. She has the main character. She has a cafe that she owns with her grandmother, and they make baked goods. And what's really cool is at the end of every chapter, there's a recipe for something, some food item that was made in that chapter. And I'm like, I said to my husband the other night, I said, I'm making every recipe in this book. So I'm not even done with this and I'm already highly recommending it. If you haven't read it, go get it. Run to your bookstore right now. I love it, and I'm mad that I'm in a reading, like, that my brain just doesn't want to read right now, because this is all I want to read. And I'm mad that my brain won't let me. But that's what I'm reading. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. My husband and I have been watching, what have we been watching? We just started the newest season of The Boys. We watched the first episode. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's The Boys. The Boys is going to do what The Boys is going to do. I'm actually at a point now where I've got like a Supernatural crossover checkmark tally going. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in this season. If you watch Supernatural, then you know. Papa Winchester's made his appearance. But yeah, we were watching Fargo for a little bit. We took a break from that. We're watching MasterChef. That's pretty much it. We've been playing a lot of Lorcana, the new Disney card game. We really like that, so we've been playing a lot of Lorcana. But yeah, that's that. I mean, life stuff. Kids are on summer vacation. It's madness. I now officially have a kindergartner and a 3rd grader. Where did the time go? My oldest went on vacation with his grandparents for a few days the beginning of the week, or last Monday. My middle one got a fish as his preschool graduation gift. The fish is a goldfish and his name is Mickey. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's summer vacation and I have 3 boys. So you can only imagine the chaos my house is in. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. I'm gonna do my best now that it's summer vacation to be on a weekly or bi-weekly schedule. We will see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I love sitting down and talking to you guys about all my makes. So it is so much fun that I get to do this and you guys watch and we hang out and it's a good time. But yeah, I think that covers it. I will see you guys next time, hopefully next week. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. If not next week, maybe 2 weeks. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Happy knitting. Bye.